Here's two stories about two men who got the same diagnosis from their doctor and what they did about it. At age 72, two men heard the same diagnosis. Both were given the same warning and the same pills. 6 years later, one man was living in long-term care. The other was boarding a plane for Europe with his wife. Same doctor, same advice, very different choices. Two women were also told they had early diabetes. One still lives with it today. The other removed diabetes from her medical chart in just 18 months. Both followed their doctor's orders. Only one went beyond them. And that extra step changed everything. Dr. Bob was discussing his upcoming talk at the senior center in town. He asked his wife, "What word can I use for all my retiree patients that hear what they need to do to improve or get well, who actually do very little? They end up in long-term care far earlier than they should, and they die too early." Listening was 9-year-old Max. He said, "Dad, the word you are looking for is knucklehead." Maybe Max is right. Knucklehead is the word of the day, and this video will show you the difference between a retiree knucklehead and a long liver. Dr. Bob never calls a patient a knucklehead. Nevertheless, for your knowledge, a knucklehead is a person who does almost nothing when it comes to helping themselves live longer. Many retirees take the pills, nod at the doctor, and then go back to their chair. They let the chair win. They give their body away one lazy day at a time. And years later, they wonder how their life got so small. Most retirees do nothing even when the warning is clear. This may sound harsh, but it is true. Most retirees do very little to improve their own health, even when faced with serious health warnings. They are told what to do. They accept the pills instead. They do not follow through. They decline over years. They did what was easy, not what worked. They did not crash. They slow slid into long-term care. They outlived their fight. Many people believe that once the doctor gives the diagnosis, the rest is out of their hands. That belief is one of the greatest dangers in aging. Letting it go feels easier than changing. But letting it go often leads to long-term care and a loss of freedom that could have been delayed or even avoided. A free tool that can help you start early. In this video, I want to tell you about a free resource that can help you think differently about your health and your future. At fantasticretirement.com, you can download the free ebook titled Live a Lot Longer and Live Well. It is simple, practical, and written for real retirees who want simple ways to improve their health without getting overwhelmed. If this video speaks to you, that book is a good next step. Never stop moving after years of watching older people file in and out of clinics and care homes. One truth stands out above all others. Never stop moving. The ones on walkers, in wheelchairs, on oxygen, stiff, struggling, and slowly fading almost always stop moving long before they stop living. Numerous studies show that excessive sitting leads to early death. The body is not built to sit for hours every day. When we sit too much, our muscles shrink, our balance weakens, our blood sugar rises, our circulation slows, and our risk of falls and disease increases. The solution is not perfect. Exercise is good. But more important is movement. Stand up, walk for a few minutes, stretch your body, do it many times a day. Small movement done often protects life better than big workouts done rarely. Listening and acting are not the same thing. There is a huge difference between listening and acting. Listening means you heard the doctor. Acting means you changed your life. Science shows that older adults who follow both medication and lifestyle advice have better health, fewer hospital visits, slower disease progression, better quality of life, and longer life. Those who only take pills but do not move, do not change food, and do not build strength lose much of the benefit. They could be called a knucklehead. People who believe their own actions matter do better than those who believe only the doctor's actions matter. Healthcare is a partnership. A prescription alone cannot replace personal effort. Why following orders alone is not enough following orders helps, but it does not guarantee success. The advice may be incomplete. The plan may be too complex. The person may lack support, money, energy, or belief. Some people forget. Some feel overwhelmed. Some just give up quietly. Lifestyle change is harder than swallowing a pill. Pills feel like action, but pills do not build muscle. Pills do not train balance. Pills do not strengthen the heart. Pills do not lower insulin the way food timing and movement do. Pills manage symptoms. Actions shape outcomes. Let's get back to Barry and John. They had the same diagnosis, but two very different endings. Barry and John were both 72 when Dr. Bob gave them the same news. Both had high blood pressure. Both had back pain. Both were told they were losing muscle and strength fast. Both were warned that if they did not change how they lived, their future would shrink quickly. Both were given pain pills. Both were told to walk every day and do resistance training. The doctor said, start lifting weights. Both were told to eat better. Both were told to move more or lose their independence. From that day on, their lives took very different paths. John, the easy way John, listened to the doctor. He nodded. He took the pills. That is where his effort stopped. He liked his recliner. He liked television. He liked snacks. Walking hurt. Eating better felt like too much trouble. He believed the pills were enough. At first, nothing bad happened. The pain was dulled. He felt okay enough. He kept sitting. Weeks became months. His legs weakened. His balance worsened. He went out less. He promised himself he would start moving tomorrow. Tomorrow rarely came. After 2 years, he needed a cane. After 4 years, he needed a walker. After 6 years, his legs barely worked. One bathroom fall ended it. He did not die, but he lost his home and his freedom. He moved into long-term care. He had a television and pain pills, but not his old life. He often said he did not know how it happened so fast. Barry took the harder way. Barry also took the pills at first. But he did more. He went home and looked things up. He asked questions. He learned that pain pills do not fix weakness. He learned that sitting makes loss of strength worse. He learned that aging muscles must be used to survive. He started slowly. 5 minutes of walking each day. Then 10. Then 20. Some days hurt. Some days he did not feel like it. He went anyway. He cleaned up his eating. Less sugar. More protein. More real food. He lifted light weights in his garage. Nothing fancy. Just steady. His wife joined him, and it became their routine. After 6 months, he could walk his route without stopping. After 1 year, he was stronger than he had been in a decade. After 2 years, he rarely needed pain pills. At age 78, Barry was not perfect, but he moved. He traveled. He lived. That spring, he and his wife walked the streets of Rome, climbed slowly, rested when needed, and laughed often. 6 years after the same doctor visit, John sat in a long-term care room. Barry stood at an airport gate. John waited for medication rounds. Barry waited for boarding calls. Both were the same age. Both had the same diagnosis. The difference was not luck. The difference was choice. How movement protects life. Movement protects muscles. Muscles protect balance. Balance prevents falls. Falls often lead to the start of permanent decline. Once a person falls and loses confidence, they move even less. The body weakens even more. This cycle can happen faster than most people realize. Walking, standing, lifting light weights, stretching, and even gentle household movement keep the body active. These are not fitness goals. These are survival skills for aging. Simple basics that matter more than most people think. There is no secret formula. There is only daily choice. Cutting sugar matters because sugar drives inflammation and insulin spikes. Avoiding processed food matters because it weakens the body over time. Not smoking matters because oxygen feeds every cell. Avoiding excessive alcohol matters because alcohol drains strength and balance. These are not trends. These are foundations that protect life year after year. Scientific proof in simple terms. Large long-term studies show that people who move, sleep well, eat wisely, avoid smoking, and manage stress live longer and healthier than those who do not. Another group of studies shows that older adults who stick to both medicine and lifestyle changes have fewer hospital stays, slower disease progression, better quality of life, and lower death rates than those who only take pills. Research also shows that people with low health understanding and little support have worse outcomes because they misunderstand or quietly ignore what they are told. Knowledge only protects you if it leads to action. Why many retirees choose the chair. Comfort is powerful. Change feels hard. The chair feels safe. The television distracts. Pain pills numb not just pain, but urgency. Many people do not intend to give up. They simply delay effort until effort feels impossible. They were not unlucky. They were physically inactive and complacent, a pattern followed for years. If this is you, perhaps in 6 years you may be in long-term care, not from fate, but from accumulated inaction. The power of small daily effort. Barry did not change because he was brave. He changed because he started small. 5 minutes became 10. 10 became 20. One better meal became many. One short walk became a habit. These small steps rebuilt a life. Small effort done daily beats big effort done rarely. The body responds to consistency, not perfection. Bella and Terry, the same diagnosis. 2 very different outcomes. Bella was 65. Terry was 66. They were friends. They walked into the same clinic a week apart and heard the same words. Early type 2 diabetes. Both were scared. Both were given medication. Both were told to cut sugar and carbs and lose weight. At first, both followed the doctor's orders exactly. Bella, the rule follower. Bella took her pills every day. She cut back on desserts. She reduced bread. She checked her blood sugar as instructed. Her numbers improved a little, but she did not ask questions. She did not change when she ate. She did not change what drove insulin high. Each year, her medication increased slightly. Her energy declined slowly. Her weight crept up. At age 71, Bella is still diabetic. Her condition is controlled, but it still controls part of her life. Terry, the researcher. Terry also took her pills, but she did not stop there. She wanted to understand why her sugar stayed high. She read. She watched lectures. She learned that insulin drives diabetes and that eating all day keeps insulin high. She learned that food timing matters as much as food choice. She found the book by Dr. Jason Fung, The Diabetes Code, and for the first time diabetes made sense to her, and she knew what to do. Terry's new path. Terry stopped snacking. She shortened her eating window. She lowered sugar and refined carbs. She walked every day. She lost weight without starving. Every few months, her blood sugar dropped. Her medications were reduced, then reduced again. After 1 year, she was on the lowest dose. At 1 year and 6 months, she was told she was no longer diabetic. No pills. No daily fear. Just food, timing, movement, and understanding. 2 women, 2 results. Bella followed the doctor's orders. Terry followed the doctor's orders and learned more. Bella stayed managed. Terry became free. Same diagnosis. Different depth of action. What these stories prove. Doctors manage disease. Patients decide how far healing can go. Pills can dull symptoms. They cannot build strength. They cannot restore movement. They cannot rebuild lost muscle. They cannot remove insulin resistance without lifestyle change. Barry and Terry acted. John and Bella stopped at the prescription. What you can do starting today. Stand more. Walk every day. Lift something light. Stretch gently. Cut sugar. Eat real food. Sleep enough. Drink water. Ask questions. If you have a condition, learn why your condition exists. Do not outsource your health to a pill bottle. You do not need a gym. You do not need perfect meals. You need daily movement and daily ownership. The hard truth and the hopeful one. Many retirees quietly hand their bodies over to time and comfort. They let the chair win. They do not mean to decline. They simply delay effort until the cost is irreversible. But decline is not automatic. Weakness is not age. Weakness is often disuse. Independence is built, not given. The final choice. One man chose comfort. One man chose change. One woman chose control. One woman chose freedom. 6 years made those choices visible. You are making these choices every day, with your feet, with your plate, with your habits, with your chair. If you take nothing else from this video, take this. Never stop moving, never stop learning. Never stop choosing effort over ease. Pills manage symptoms. Effort builds your future. If you want more simple guidance, remember the free ebook, Live a Lot Longer and Live, well, at fantasticretirement.com. It is there to help you take that next step before the chair takes it for you.